All right with you. Welcome to another video here on the channel. After a while without posting, due to service rush and other things, I will try to post one video a week again. As I did before, the channel is a project I want to continue to help me and help people too, with difficulties, with doubts that may arise. Today I will bring, then one component. I found it at Ford that put me on a question I was having. I wanted to create a random ticket with random number. I researching at Ford found this component that generates and numbers. There you can choose the minimum number, maximum number, and can obviously be used for other things. I decided to bring it here to the channel. You might be in need of this too, for something, and will definitely help you. You want to know how it works, how to use. I'll explain after the vignette. Let's go. Let's go to our development then. First thing I did in my case, I came here at the Forge, researched to find something that generated random numbers and I found this component here, which is what I will use. You can use another one if you think it's necessary, it's good, but I will use this one. You can install the demo here too, case needed too. See how it works. It's very interesting. It's good to do this. Well, I have my screen here now. Here are the created on-screen videos that I want to use. Yes. This first part here up to this little gray button. It's a over one example I'm going to give, and this one is a half example. Well, I have here these two inputs, okay. I need to put values in them, nor I need to say what will they get. I will put here this top push will receive a variable called me, that's minimal, right? The whole type, and the bottom tax is to receive a variable called max d maximo, also of the whole type. First step, I will come here and I will assign the value of each input. Your variable is ready-made. This I need to create an action here, right? Will generate this random number every time I click that button. Searching here my minimum and maximum inputs and showing me here in this expression. Let me open here an action, a new stream right for my button. And we go here, the first part of our development. Let's come here, manage dependency. And we will search by our component. This is the one here. This extension is good. In my case, I want to use for the whole number. So you will select only the server action here. I will apply. After being here inside the studio service, you come in air. He will already appear here. In no case, in the action of my button, I will drag this Everest. And he asks here for two parameters of entry. Are you seeing? He wants one minimum number and one maximum number. In this case, I already have here my created variables. I'm going to put them here. I need to create more. One little variable here on my screen. What I will call the generate random number. Number. This little variable, she can be. In fact, it must also be of the whole type. Okay, I will need her for the next one. I'm going to drag a skirt down here. I'll put my little variable. She didn't show up here. Let me come here ready. And I will say that she will receive the value that comes here from my server action. of my numbers here, that in this first case, are attributed here inside my little plasters. Minimum value and maximum value top. Let me go back. Let me go here in my expression, and I will put her value, like my variable, for every time I put values here. He show me that expression when you click that number. Okay, let's see it now working on bar usia. Rather let the EU create these actions here. For these two little faces down here. Not to be making a mistake, I managed to publish neither. And let us put any one value here. Ready, let's go to the browser. To see this first part working. Ready. So here in the EU browser I have my amounts and my little number 0 here, right? I will put here I want it to manage one random number between 50 and 60 can see, which are few numbers. So here it will obviously take time. But 1 hour will repeat right, because there are 10 numbers here. It will end up repeating right. But for example, I wanted to generate one handmake number between 1 and 200. He will stay here generating. Without passing, cannot be less than 0. And it won't be bigger than 200 because that's what I set. And he'll stay here every time I click. It will generate a number different here. But let's assume neither, which will be a second chance here at this other button that I want this to be automatic. I already want to define the values of these variables here. They're in my program, within my service. And then let it rotate here. For example, within another action, where the user interferes through here. To input fields. How do I do it? Let's go to the diplomatic service. To do this, now it's first thing I already have here. My little button with your action created here ni, which in this case is the click generation. Let me come here. But before that, right? Before, put here inside it that I will create one data action. Okay, I'll call her Generati 2. Beauty. And she has this output here, right? I will put his name as a result. Beauty in this case here, it can be the same text type as is. Here inside my exo date, I'm going to drag a cleanse, it's good too. I will speak my result here. He will receive. Let me come here. That same action we use. This same server action here. I'm going to bring her in here now. Of this. Inside this AA of mine. And here she also expects the values because they are the same. And these two values I will also use. My same variables are there on my screen. Me and Max. Ready, and as you can see, he's complaining here because I'm not using this here anywhere, right? Now, yes, I will come here and I will drag my data action inside of the archive stream on my button is fine. And what will happen now? Now I'm going to change course a little bit here. I'm going to have to put the fire value to my minimum, to my maximum already inside mine. Of my variables, I will put here that the minimum value is 1. And the maximum value is 500. For example, it's... Let me come back here to my home. Because the same way I did up there in the other example, I'll have to do it here too. I will come here at my value. And the value here that I want you to show on the screen is the result. Here from my XO date, it's my minimum and my maximum. In this example, I'm literally still putting the expression as I put up there to be more visual and to be a little faster the video is. But for example, in the case I used, this action here that is inside the generates ni, that date XO, I put in one other action. And when the user got to that point, I wanted a pop-up with a random number open. It was his ticket number. And this second option here that I'm going to show you, it's for this type of case, when you want the number to appear to the user, but you don't want him to choose even the maximum number, nor the minimum number. You want to have control over your application. So let's go to the browser again to see this working here now too, without the interference here from the top numbers. To make it easier to look there in bronze, I will make visible only our little container down here is. We'll publish and let's see it working there. So we come back here to our browser. As you can see, by default it already brings one number here, right as I said it is. In my case here is the express. So if I give it a refresh here, for example, it will have the same behavior there as the button you see. He brings a different number every time the screen charges. And how did I define that I want up to 500? He will never be more than that. It will also never exceed my minimum value. And here in the same way, when I click here, it generates random different numbers, minimum to maximum, as many times as I want and click. And the video ends here. Okay, I think the video must have been short. I don't know yet. More soon. This is for me, it was useful and I decided to bring, because someone will definitely need one solution like that. And having one video to explain it gets easier. I know this because videos from here, from YouTube and other platforms help me very daily. Don't forget to enjoy the video. It's good to share. And the video was useful to you, to reach more people who are also learning, just like me, like you, who want to learn new solutions, new things, reach a higher level of knowledge within the platform. See you in the next video. Thank you very much. Stay here. Until more.